What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Another quick little video for you guys and gals. I want to give a shout out to Emilio, who sent over a video of Jon Gruden breaking down the Packers Lions tape. You can find that over on his YouTube channel. Awesome content. And just want to kind of give you my take on his take, if you will. And Jacob may join us here in a second. Like I said, just going to be another quick hitter show. Hopefully everybody's having an awesome morning as we've got crazy storms rolling through our area down here, but all is well, and excited to get in here and talk a little more Packers with you guys and gals. Again, this is going to be a Jon Gruden reaction video breakdown. Before we get into it, do that YouTube stuff for me. Hit like, hit subscribe. If you're new here, welcome into PTA. Thank you for making us a part of your morning. This is actually our second of 3 live streams we're doing today. So if you're looking for daily Packers content, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified every time we do go live, man. Let's waste no time and jump right into it. Again, this is Jon Gruden. Listen, I know there are some people that don't like Gruden's approach. They think he's quirky. He's this, he's that. I just had somebody on Twitter say he went totally woke. I don't think I think Gruden's passionate about the game. And I think Jon Gruden approaches it in a way that many people don't approach the NFL and breaking it down. I love the fact that he includes X's and O's. I love the fact that he includes keys to the game. Guys, if you truly get over him being over the top and actually focus on what he's saying, the information. I love that he's got the old school whiteboard. This is how teams, this is how coaches react. This is how coaches game plan for games. This is how they look at matchups and how, as we talk about on the show all the time, when you go into a game, especially on NFL Sunday, there's 3 facets to the game. You've got the first quarter, right, is gathering information. The second, the beginning of the second quarter is making an adjustment. And then the final 4 minutes and the first 4 minutes of final 4 minutes of the second quarter, first 4 minutes of the third quarter is what we call controlling the middle 8. And then the fourth quarter is all about a whole different game plan. The fourth quarter is a standalone game. What information have we gathered throughout the game? How do we adjust to pull out this dub? That's why sometimes you hear people talk about, well, they took their foot off the gas. They did this, they did that. It's because the game is just changing. It's evolving all throughout 4 quarters, and it's all about those 3 facets of the game. And I love that Jon Gruden does a great job of giving you a specific scenario of how this game may play out. Again, this is not a guarantee. He's not making this like, hey, guys, go take this to the bookie and make a bet on this. But this is how the game we could see it playing out. And when it comes down to it at the end, this is how this could be the decision maker, I guess you could say, the deciding factor for who's going to win this ball game or not. We got Jacob joining us here. Jacob, I'm going to go ahead and play this audio from Coach Gruden, and then we'll kind of react to it, man.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
This is expensive gear, man. The chain, the diamonds, the glasses. I'm going to give you the winning edge. Every game has a winning edge. And to me, it's the fourth quarter pass rush. If you're sitting at home, when the game is on the line in the fourth quarter, they got the ball. We're on defense. We got to stop them. We have to have a fourth quarter pass rush. Who are those guys that come out there like the manager in baseball? He comes out in the 9th inning. He goes for the right-hander, and the guy comes out. Game over. Who are we bringing out here to close the game out? Well, for the Green Bay Packers, Jared Goff has the ball. They're down by 4, 1:33 left. We got to go get him. Goff has 4 downs. So I go to my money pass rushers, the green team. You know what color is money, Clay? Green. That's why I got all this stuff. You see, I'll give you guys necklaces, nice glasses. I'll buy you everything. You close this freaking game out. That's why Green Bay went out and got Reggie freaking White when I was there. That's why Micah Parsons is here in town. We're in number 1. We got Rashawn Gary. And I think in a must-have-it situation, I think the green team for the Packers will be Parsons. A lot of times you might see Micah isolated by himself because they're going to load the front with 3 other very good pass rushers on the other side. You're going to see Devontae Wyatt, 95. You'll see Gary. Rashad Gary, 7.5 sacks last year. And I think Luke Van Ness, first-round pick out of Iowa, or you'll see Brenton Cox, number 57. You might even see Kingsley Enikberry. But you're going to see 4 badasses that are going to rush the passer. And a lot of times in these load stunts, they put 3 guys on one side of the center. They isolate Parsons. So the center has to go that way. A lot of times they'll put the guard that way because there's all kind of stunts going on over there. They want this one-on-one. And if you think you're going to free release Gibbs, God help you, because Micah Parsons is one-on-one. The green team, the money.
All right, so let's pause it here a second, and I want to break down what he just talked about here, all right? And I love that you've seen Emilio's text message came across that on Twitter when I shared that video. That's absolutely hilarious. So obviously Emilio is in trouble. I'm just kidding. It wasn't anything inappropriate, although you never know about that guy. Jacob knows all too well. So this is what he's talking about, guys. When you talk about that overload front, so, and I just pulled this. I didn't have to get very deep into the season last year to find exactly what he's talking about. And we've talked about it from time to time on Chalk Talk. But what you're noticing is 3 linemen on one side of the center. Okay, so let's divide the offensive line in half here, right? And they're obviously with a tray or a it looks like a tray right with the Y flex slightly. So the whole purpose of that, what he's talking about, and when he mentions Micah Parsons being out there isolated by himself, imagine Micah Parsons where Gary is now, okay? That's what we're looking to do. And you may, if they start to have people follow Micah Parsons, you may even stick with this look so you can really get an advantage for Rashawn Gary on the opposite side. And then he talks about running a stun off of it. Jacob, this is what we're talking about right here, man. So you've got, let's set the protection for the offense. Let's assume that everybody out here is going out and, obviously in a route. Let's say the running back is too as well. So this is just your normal 5-man protection. So let's set the protection for the offense real quick. And if we do that, what you're probably going to have is tackle on the edge, guard on the D tackle, center here. Now, notice this guy's looking back at the quarterback like, I'm sure he's just looking for the snap. Maybe it's a silent count, what have you. But he may also be looking like, hey, Buck, can you help me out here? What the hell am I supposed to do? Right? So what you've got is a one-on-one situation here. This guard now has to make a decision. Do I slide out here and help try to block the edge, or do I just kick back inside and block here? Right? And the goal is most of the time that guard, he knows if this guy takes the outside shoulder, there's no chance. So he might as well just kick inside and help. And what Gruden was mentioning specifically here, Jacob, is he was talking about these guys right here running a stunt. So you're talking about the D tackle coming across, and then jab step, stunt back around. That way the guard, if he is already inside helping, you'll get the outside shoulder, which is kind of, it almost looks like an inside rush, but you're on the outside shoulder with that stunt. That's what you would call a TE stunt, where the tackle goes first. And then you still got the outside rusher here. Now, one thing you noticed last year, too, with the Packers is these 3 would also slant across, and then this guy would jab step and loop all the way back around. You would get that sometimes as well. So that's what Jon Gruden is talking about in that specific scenario where they can run that kind of that overload. Let's go back to Coach Gruden real quick, and then we'll wrap that up there. And I want to get your take on it, Jake, because now he's going to make his pick here. Here we go, Jon Gruden's pick.
Money pass rushers. That's the key to this game. I'm exhausted. I'm going to keep my glasses on. You know why? Because I got to pick the score of this game. I love the Lions. Everybody knows that. But you know who's going to win this game? Packers green team. They're going to find a way to get a stop at the end of the game to win this game. Green Bay, 30. Detroit, 27.
Whoo, boy. I love it. I love it, Jacob. Man, I want to get your take on what Jon Gruden just said there. Obviously, he's got the Packers winning a tight one. And when we talk about that stunt, when we talk about them overloading one side, keep in mind, guys, if you do that early in the game against the Lions, they're going to run the ball down your freaking throat. We're talking about specifically into the game. If it's a close game, him talking about the Lions being down by 3 or 4 points. Let's say it's 4 points and they need a tutter and they got a minute 40 left to go down the field and try to score and take the lead. That's when you break out this type of look and you can pin your ears back and truly go after the quarterback. And Jacob, you really don't have to have a whole lot of concern with Jared Goff scrambling there as well.
No, for sure. First of all, Jon Gruden needs to be coaching somewhere, man. That guy makes me want to run through a freaking brick wall. He is just hilarious. And if you notice, too, the 2 people that he must be like his co-producers or whatever, they're named Clay and Jake. So when I was watching the replay, I was like, man, we should cut this up and just pretend like he's talking to us. Yeah. But, I mean, what a great coach overall. But, man, I got about 20 minutes into the video when you just happened to call. So I really love the way that he breaks stuff down. It's just he's so engaging. Like I really do think he's going to have a heart attack though someday if he doesn't chill out. He's running on all cylinders. But yeah, man. I mean, when you talk about that TE stunt too, and the way they kind of overload, it's like we really do that front seven on that defense now. You have to pick your poison. Who are you going to try to stop? Because there's just so many guys you have to account for. And I'm talking like blue chip talent. We went through it the other day. It is just unbelievable to think that finally the Green Bay has that type of defense where I think it's going to be such a difference maker that it's going to be odd watching the first couple of weeks. It's going to be weird to get used to something like that, you know?
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I see everybody in the chat responding here. Let us know in the comments too. After this video is already complete, let us know in the comments. Who do you like here? Do you like the Packers' chances of beating the Lions? Do you think the Lions still hold the Packers off here? I remember Gruden specifically picking the Lions to beat the Packers last year, and he went through all the different points just like he did in this specific video. And again, go check out the whole video, guys. It's about an hour long. It is unbelievable breakdown of this game. CJ in the chat says, miss the morning PTA shows, nothing better to get through work than listening to the best Packer show out there. Thank you so much for the kind words, CJM. We're going to listen. My workload will start slowing down here late October, early November, and we'll get back to more morning shows. I promise you that. Andy Watkins in the chat says Packers win 27-20. I like that, man. Covering the spread. That would be absolutely awesome. So let's jump into the line here, Jacob. We kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. Notice this right here is the moving line all week long, okay? The green bar, guys, is PFF's pick. That's kind of through their analytics. This is how they see the game. And then the gray bar is the market, if you will, okay? That's kind of what everything else has got the line set to. So we opened up here, Jacob. PFF had it a 1-point game, right? And the market had it at 1.5 points, both favoring the Green Bay Packers. As we got later in the week, or early in the week, I should say, the Packers were 1.5 point favorites according to the market, and PFF dropped down to a 0.7. So they even take it a little bit more detailed than most of the market. So you can see it kind of shifted back a little bit there, right? And then as you get a little later in the week, this is August the 11th, not the 11th. When is that? August the dates ain't right there. When you get a little later in the week here, you've got the Packers 1.5 point favorites. PFF has them at a steady 1 now. Okay, so it went back to 1. And then all of a sudden today, as we get through the week, today the line has now moved to currently sitting at the market having the Packers at 2.5 point favorites, PFF having them at 1. So the market as of right now, I think I heard someone say earlier too on ESPN Bet, they have it at 2.5 point favorites as well. Again, people see that and go, okay, great, Packers are favorites. They are according to the line, but keep in mind when you're at home, you're typically catching 3 points, right? Yeah. So you deduct the 3 points, kind of has the Lions as a 0.5 point favorite, which is as close to a pick 'em as you can get with the Vegas lines. So that's why I see what Gruden said here just a second ago on the video shows that, man, if this thing is close, coming down to the wire, you really like Green Bay's chances if they've got a fourth quarter lead. And last year, Jacob, you're a lot shakier thinking about the Lions going down the field and scoring on you. But now that you got number 1 over there, Micah Parsons, and I understand there's rumors that he may have limited snaps. I can understand that. If that's the case, boy, how about having a guy have 10 snaps all game long, then it comes down to the final drive and you throw him out there for the final drive and just let him go terrorize Jared Goff.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that 30-27 I guess prediction that Gruden had makes a lot of sense. I really hope it's not that close, but unfortunately, especially as of the last few years, the Lions are a tough team to play no matter where we are. Like you said, getting the 3 points at home kind of makes it just basically turn into a wash. And I think it's just going to depend. This is one of those games where if we have a strong start, a fast start, and we kind of are clicking, and that's what I think it's going to probably take for us to crank this one out. But I do have a different kind of confidence, like I mentioned earlier, in this defense, where it just seems like that nothing's too big for them. That like you said, if they want to focus in on the pass rush, that's fine. We've got, I think, a secondary is kind of underrated right now. Obviously, the safety room is pretty solid, but I think they're sleeping on our cornerback room. Like, I really do think that Keyshawn is going to show out a little bit, and hopefully Nate Hobbs is healthy and ready to go. But I really just have this feeling that the defense is going to take control and kind of be the trendsetter right away, especially because it seems like Jordan Love and this offense sometimes take a few games to kind of warm up. And if the defense can come out there firing on all cylinders, man, I just think that it's going to start this this year off the right way.
Yeah. And one final thing I wanted to play for you guys and gals. I thought this was cool. Listen, I've got the utmost respect for Dan Campbell. I've said it from day one. He has came in, and I think you agreed with it too, Jacob. He's came into the Detroit Lions and changed the culture completely, right? Listen, he's got his work cut out for him. Losing your OC, losing your DC, right? And then getting into a situation this season where, all right, is the offense going to pick up where they left off? Are they going to take a slight step back? Same thing on defense. You know, Aaron Glenn was one of those reasons, one of those coaches that truly made the Detroit Lions kind of those kneecap biters, right? I mean, he's an angry human being if you ever watch Aaron Glenn on the sideline. But I love what Dan Campbell said coming into this game. We're going to throw this kicker up here. Actually, let's put this up first, and we'll put the I don't know. I don't even know what the right word to say. I wouldn't call it the sexy kicker, but the weirdo kicker here, right? But this is what Dan Campbell had to say about playing at Lambeau Field week 1 against the Packers. Got to tip your cap to the ball coach up there in Detroit. Let's hear what he had to say.
Love Lambeau. I mean, it's awesome. You know, it's just that's one of those places on the 8th day the good Lord made Lambeau. You know, and if you go out there and play in it, you know, first Super Bowl. Ice Bowl, the history it's got, and it's in the same location. You know, it's been upgraded, all those, but man, it's got that deep history to it. And you know, it's the grass, man, it's the elements, it's just the mystique. It's awesome, man. If you love football, you love going to play there, and so our guys look forward to it, man. It's one of those special places to go play.
If you love playing football, you love Lambeau, is what he said there, Jacob. Love what Dan Campbell said, man. It's the grass, it's the elements, it's just everything. It's the mystique. You look up on that facade and see all those Hall of Famers' names. You see the retired numbers. You know that on that very ground right there in that exact area, that's where the Ice Bowl quarterback sneak happened. Those are the sidelines that Vince Lombardi roamed. All those things, right? And then you see the name Lambeau up there and know what Curly Lambeau did for the game of football, for professional football. It's a special place, and I'm excited, man. I echo what he said there, and I respect him for what he said. But come Sunday, man, take the gloves off, guys. Listen, if they truly are down, then you go out there and you put your foot on their throat, man. That's what's got to happen. The Packers have an opportunity. All that crap that the Lions fans talked last year, all the trash that Kirby Joseph talked and taking the cheap shot at the knee on Tucker, all those things are coming back into play. I hope his team shows up to win. What's your parting thoughts here as we wrap up, Jake?
Yeah, man. Obviously, I got no love lost for the Lions. I can't stand that team. Their fan base is terrible. I got a ton of friends that are Lions fans, and they're just these last few years has been terrible listening to them gloat constantly. But I will respect Dan Campbell. That dude is an absolute G, and for him to obviously come and have those high praises, I think that it's not fluff either. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that you can be a football coach and really respect the game and not absolutely love being at Lambeau Field. Like he said, it's the whole ambiance of it. It's just a football town, and for him to recognize that is pretty cool. But like you said, man, come Sunday at 3:25, I don't care how cool that dude is. We're going to stomp all over them Lions. I tell you what.
Yeah, no doubt. As somebody just said in the chat, if I could find it here, I believe this sums it up.
Belt to ass, BTA. Know what I'm saying?
All right. So that's it, guys. We'll be back tonight, 6:30 p.m. Central Time for PTA Live. Listen, let us know in the comments, okay? Let us know in the comments what you thought about the Jon Gruden breakdown, his pick for the Packers to win there at Lambeau. Let us know about the point spread moving. Do you think it'll shift back in either direction? We want to hear y'all's take in the comments. And again, if you're new here at PTA, thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you click the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live. Again, this is PTA. My name's Clayton. Go, Pack, go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.